Hey guys, this is Marcus with DJ Techromancer and Friends, and I just wanted to go through my Crystal Beast setup. This is a pure Crystal Beast strategy, so no ad libs or anything like that, and it's pretty fun. You can have some fun, so let's go through it, shall we? All right, we'll move this guy to the side. All right, first thing you want to do, you want to have 3 Sapphire Pegasus. He's basically the search engine of the deck. He's a monster that's going to go in and kind of get you everybody and get everything set up for you, okay? Next, we have 3, let's go here. 3 Ruby Carbuncles. Alright, Ruby Carbuncle, everybody knows that when one special summon to the field, Ruby will bring everybody, all the crystal beasts that are in the backfield to the forefront. So, it's pretty good. Great in special summoning situations, not so much as far as summoning from the hand, but still a good card. Gets everything going. Next, 3 Cobalt Eagles. 3 Cobalt Eagles because of the simple fact that he can always help you recycle your plays, kind of get your Crystal Beast moving in a different direction. Especially with Sapphire Pegasus, there's a pretty good combo with him and Sapphire Pegasus that will allow you to extend some plays and kind of reset up some things. So he's always good. We play 2 Amber Mammoth. Amber Mammoth is a great card as far as defending. Actually, you can put Amber Mammoth on the field and he will defend all the other crystal beasts. So he's actually good for a draw-in attack. If you don't want anybody else destroyed, you can always lure the attack towards him. Okay. 2 Emerald Tortoise. Emerald Tortoise, great defender. Offense, not so much. As you can see, only 600 attack. But he does have a nifty little ability where he can go straight into defense after he attacks. So if you can kind of get a clear shot in on your opponent and then you go to defense, it's kind of a good attack to defense position. Also, he can turn any other crystal beast to defense position once they've attacked. And you'll see with the next card that I love to play with this guy because gets a little annoying. Amethyst Cat, like I said, the card to play with. Amethyst Cat, she has a ability to kind of leapfrog and kind of go over your opponent and just not be bothered with the monsters at all. She goes straight directly for the life points. Only 1200 attack. However, she does cut herself in half to do it. But if you can get another card on her that'll kind of increase her attack power, it's half the current attack that she possesses. So a really good card. You just have to work it in a certain ways. All right. Last but not least, 2 Topaz Tigers. Topaz Tiger is probably the well, not the general, but he's the attacker of the deck. He's the guy that's always going to go out, and when he goes into attack, he's going to be going at 2000 attack. But when being attacked, unfortunately, he will not gain that attack. So you always have to be offensive minded with him, but understand that his defense, not too much, not too great, but you know, he's a good card for getting things out of the way. All right. And last but not least for the monsters, 2 Rainbow Dragons. I only played 2 Rainbow Dragons because it feels like, you know, with running Rainbow Dragon at 3, it gets a little choppy. You get to see it too much, and it can end up being a dead card in your hand. So really, you only need 2 Rainbow Dragons, and you should be straight as far as everything goes. You don't really want to overload on the monsters. However, sometimes you have to do it, but you'll see that later. All right. Next, we go with 3 Rainbow Bridges. Rainbow Bridge, great card, new support. It just came out of the Millennium, the Ancient Millennium. I think it has Pegasus on the front of it. It's actually a really, really good set, guys. The only problem is sometimes these cards are short print, but if you can get your hands on 3 of these, Rainbow Bridge will go into your deck and get, let me show you, it'll go and get any crystal, spell, and trap card from your deck to your hand. So it's focusing, there we go. And it's always a good card. It's a good card to have. You can get whatever you need. All right. Next, Crystal Bond. Crystal Bond is probably the best card in the deck as far as spell cards. This card is going to take a Crystal Beast monster out of your deck, put it in your spell and trap card zone. You then get to add another Crystal Beast monster to your hand, and then you can play that monster from your hand that turn or whenever, but you can only activate one of these guys per turn. So really good searcher. it actually helps speed the deck along. All right. Next, 3 Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. Crystal Beast deck, guys. You're gonna have cards in your spell and trap card zone, especially the continuous Crystal Beast cards. So it's always a good thing to have an Ancient City. No terraforming, unfortunately, with this build, because you're pretty much going to see the card. The card is going to come to you all the time. With you going through your deck and getting everything to your hand and thinning your deck out, you're going to see this card, definitely. All right. Now, next, 2 Crystal Abundances. Crystal Abundance is a great way to clear the field. Other than Rainbow Dragon and some of the other things, you can always clear the field with your Crystal Abundance. Crystal Abundance is a great card, especially when you have 4 Crystal Beast monsters. Basically gives you like a Dark Hole or Heavy Storm ability, and you get to summon Crystal Beast after the after you get them onto the field. So that's one thing. All right, next, Crystal Beacon. Crystal Beacon, great card. Crystal Beacon allows you to summon a Crystal Beast monster from your deck as long as you have 2 on your backfield. So it's a great card, great for pulling from the deck. I like to use it personally to get Ruby Carbuncle out and summon everybody from the backfield, but that's pretty good. You know, a onesie because you pretty much got all your search potential in the deck. All right. Next, Rare Value. Rare Value allows you to draw 2 cards if you have 2 Crystal Beast monsters in the backfield. Once again, great draw potential, but you're searching everything out in this deck, so you really don't need to draw as much as you think you would. Crystal Blessings. Crystal Blessings is a card that basically you can add 2 Crystal Beast monsters from your graveyard and put them down as continuous spell and trap cards. So, well, it's continuous spell cards, I'm sorry. But it also is great for kind of rebuilding and extending certain plays, all right? And I believe that's it for my spell cards. All right, next, the Ultimate Crystal Magic. Ultimate Crystal Magic is the new trap card. Basically, this trap card is going to get you to your boss monster. Your boss monster of the deck is basically the Rainbow Over Dragon. Basically, whenever a Crystal Beast monster is destroyed by battle, you can flip this little baby up and you send 7 Crystal Beast monsters from your deck to the graveyard, or from your hand, or from the field to the graveyard. And as long as you total up 7 with different names, you can summon your Rainbow Over Dragon without polymerization. Really cool ability. All right. Next, 2 Rainbow Gravities. Rainbow Gravity. As you saw with the last card, that's going to send 7 Crystal Beast monsters to the graveyard. As long as you have Crystal Beast monsters on your field and graveyard with different names, Rainbow Gravity will bring a Rainbow Dragon out of your deck into the field, ignoring the summoning conditions. That's a good way to go. All right. And last but not least, 2 Rainbow Life. Rainbow Life is kind of the wild card of the deck. Rainbow Life is one of those cards that you may or may not need it depending on who you're playing. Sometimes Rainbow Life, you know, you might need it to block for a turn. Nobody wants to give you life points in this game, especially if they're trying to end you quickly, and it basically turns any damage that you might experience into life points. So, you know, Rainbow Life is a great card for that. All right. Next, we're going to go with the boss monster of the deck. I kind of go through three Rainbow Over Dragons because of the simple fact that Rainbow Over Dragon is one of those Nomi monsters that cannot be revived. I know that's a big damper for some players, but, you know, his ability is pretty good. He contribute himself. Second ability, he contribute himself to take all cards that are currently on the field and put them back in the deck and shuffle up. First ability, you can remove 1 Crystal Beast monster out of the graveyard and have him gain that monster's attack on top of his own. You can also do that during damage calculation, so that makes a little nifty ability. So he's pretty good. Great field clearer though, actually. All right, side deck. My side deck is a little unorthodox. Okay, so side deck, we're just gonna run through it real fast. So side deck, let me do it this way. Side deck, you got 1 Topaz Tiger. You're gonna have 1 Amber Mammoth, 1 Emerald Tortoise, and 1 Amethyst Cat. Basically, all the monsters that you only play, that I only play 2 of, I have a copy of them just in case I need to up the ante. Whichever one I need to choose, that's always great. Okay. Next, Crystal Beacon. Like I said, Crystal Beacon, you know, everybody knows that Crystal Beacon is a great card. It allows you to summon from the deck. It can kind of help you get going. That's always good. Crystal Blessings. Like I said, once again, you have to up the ante at some time. It just depends on how you have to up the ante. All right. Crystal Abundance. Once again, you go up against a meta player. Sometimes you have to buck a little bit and show them your face and show them your head. So Crystal Abundance, like I said, clears the field. Dark Hole and Heavy Storm pretty much combined in one, and then you can summon Crystal Beast for every card that was sent to the graveyard by your opponent. You can summon a Crystal Beast for those. So max is 5. All right. Crystal Release. Crystal Release is a card that doesn't really get a lot of shine, but I like it. Didn't really make the first cut because in a side deck, you know, most of the time, you really, to get your boss monster, you kind of need your Crystal Beast monsters to get destroyed, not really to give them more attack. And but it's great for boosting your Crystal Beast monsters attack by 800. Also, you can also when this card goes to the graveyard, you can put a Crystal Beast monster as a continuous spell on your backfield. So that's a great. Next, Crystal Promise. 1 Crystal Promise because Monster Reborn is kind of the deck's own Monster Reborn. Not really in the main deck at this point because like I said, once again, I'm trying to get to the boss monster, but if need be, you can change up the game and you can have a Monster Reborn effect. As long as the Crystal Beast monster is in your backfield, you can take it from the backfield and Monster Reborn it to the field. So, great card. Let's see. Rare value, once again, you know, up the ante with your draw power if need be. So, that's in the side deck. Alright. Advanced Dark, sorry. I was saying Advanced Dark is a field spell that will allow you to have your Crystal Beast monsters all turn into dark monsters. This is mainly used for Dark Rainbow Dragon, but can also be used for your regular Crystal Beast monsters. The effect of this, basically, you want to have a Crystal Beast monster. If they're destroyed by battle or you're gonna take battle damage, this card will negate the damage as long as you take a Crystal Beast monster from your deck and put it in the graveyard. So it's kind of a slow speed up. It's kind of a crankshaft, but it's not an instant crankshaft. You know, it takes a little bit of maintenance. You gotta jumpstart the engine with this card, but that's pretty good. And then Burial from a Different Dimension. I play Burial from a Different Dimension because you never know when you're gonna run up against some jerk that wants to remove your cards from play, and you need to have some type of way to balance out the remove from play. I only play 1. I know that it just got removed off the list, but you kind of want to go with variety, so I only play 1 for right now because nobody's really removing anything from play because of the speed of what you're moving. Alright, next, Pot of Acquisitiveness. I think I said that right, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, you said it right.
Pot of Acquisitiveness is another card that will allow you to return 3 remove from play monsters, and then you get to draw a card because of it. And now the beautiful thing about this is that it doesn't matter if you're returning your own cards or your opponent's cards. If your opponent has 3 cards out of play and you need to pluck 1 card really quickly, you can always use this to kind of give yourself that extra boost. And then, you know, if they were dependent on those cards being out of play, you know, you kind of put a thorn in their side. So, you know, always variety. I always go with variety over multiples. Next, Monster Reincarnation. Speaks for itself. Old school card. This card will return any monster from your deck to your hand. Mainly, the main card you really want to get is Rainbow Dragon, because once 7 are in the graveyard, you can basically summon him from your hand to the field. Most of the time, the Rainbow Gravities are going to do their thing. Sometimes you'll have a Rainbow Dragon in your hand, but let's say your opponent does something to get them out of your hand or get them out of the deck, and they end up in the graveyard somehow, or you had to waste a turn with Rainbow Life to protect yourself and discard, you know, you can always get that monster back so that you can use it. But, you know, side deck card, always better to be prepared for what you might encounter. And last but not least is the Light of Redemption. Light of Redemption is one of those cards where you pay 800 life points, but you can summon a light monster from out of play. Now, you don't really play this card all that much. The reason why I have it in, because if you summon a Rainbow Dragon directly from your hand, and then he comes out to the field properly, you can then, if he's removed from play this card and then summon him back to the field, but only if he was summoned properly first. Alright guys, but that's it for the deck profile. If you like what I showed you, you know, like, subscribe, and, you know, like I said, this is the family DJ Techromancer, and this was the Crystal Beast deck, you know, with a little over the Rainbow Dragon coming at you. Alright guys, one love. I'm out.